My name is Chris Oakley and I'm the Director of Sales and Engineering. I am responsible for the sales and engineering groups, staff, developing them as B&W team members, driving revenue growth, managing our day-to-day engineering activities. In the office, I work day-to-day with my sales team, with my engineering staff, with Joel, my boss, with pretty much all the members of B&W.
Chris Oakley, he brings so much value in that he understands everything that we do, and he understands it from not just the B&W perspective and what's good for B&W, but he also understands it from the customer's point of view and how his needs need to be met and what's best for the customer.
I got my experience in Kazakhstan on a project, a long-term project. The majority of my experience in this industry, in the pre-commissioning industry, has been inside B&W as a company. I was actually introduced through a family member who worked with the founder of an energy company, Universal Energy, who was working with B&W at the time to provide manpower support for this project in Kazakhstan. They set me up with an interview, and less than a week later I was on a plane headed to Kazakhstan.
We actually hired Chris for the Kazakhstan project. He was right out of UT. And he was on the project for quite some time. And all the while, we just heard people speaking very highly of him, and also of how technical he was and how hands-on. Pretty good for a philosophy major. Okay.
Chris has a degree in philosophy. I don't know if you knew that. I asked one of our lead engineers who their best new young engineer was, and he said Chris, and I said, well, then we need to hire more philosophers.
I've worked my way, from operations to engineering to sales within the company to kind of learn all the different facets of how we do business, and that's where I got my experience.
Not many people in our organization have that foundation where they've worked in all three of our main groups. So Chris has done that in a relatively short period of time. And now what we're asking him to do is to lead the sales and engineering groups. So with the background that he has, he's an ideal candidate to get those two groups integrated together.
I like working with people. I like to see results in terms of development, mentoring the guys that are coming in to show them, the ropes, how we do business. That brings, a certain level of personal satisfaction. And of course, I like working with customers and presenting solutions to, issues that they have. And I like to be able to work with them to present those opportunities to solve their problems.
He takes a lot of pride in what he does, so when he submits something, when he puts something together, it's going to be a good product, and it's something that's representative of what B&W stands for and then how we operate as a company.
I'm originally from Victoria, Texas, a couple hours west of here on 59. It's a good place to grow up, small town feel. I got out of school, was living in Austin at the time. My wife went to school in Corpus, and I was traveling back and forth overseas for B&W at the time, and decided to make the move to Houston to be here local whenever we transferred into the engineering group. Probably my #1 hobby would be fishing. Anybody could probably attest to that. During the summertime, if it's a weekend and the weather's good, I'm usually at the coast. My family has a place in Rockport, and we're there quite a bit chasing big fish. Blue marlin, tuna, wahoo, all that. I have a Jeep that I work on when the weather's nice and cool, anyway, when it's not fishing season. It's been a 5-year project, so that consumes a lot of spare time as well. There's a lot of competition in our industry. It is a niche industry, but being as small as it is, our target market, there are a handful of us that are going after a lot of the same projects. And I'd say, the quality of our people, the quality of our equipment, the quality of our engineering you know, I've seen the competition firsthand, and I know that, you know, we're miles ahead of them in that regard, in those regards. You know, the company cares about its employees. You know, it's got a family feel to it. You know, and they put a big emphasis on safety and quality, and that's important. They care about the people. You know, there's a lot of positive things happening right now. You know, mentoring programs, training, you know, all these sort of things that are investments in the people, and that kind of commitment to the employees I think is important, and you know, it's a good thing to be a part of.